The people of this village near Pulwama in Indian-administered Kashmir want security forces to leave. Protests followed what was an hours-long gun battle in their community, which sent several people to hospital and destroyed 2 homes. Police say at least 3 fighters were killed.
The militants tried to break the cordon, but security forces retaliated and the militants entered a house. The building was 3 stories, and at first the militants took a few people as hostages.
That was less than 24 hours after Thursday's attack on the home of a local leader from India's governing BJP in Srinagar, which killed a police officer.
A wounded man with a serious head injury is carried away from the barricades in Moniwa, about 136 kilometers northwest of Mandalay. This was just one of the towns where protesters are reported to have been shot at by the security services. In Mandalay, they took to the streets on motorbikes, easier to flee when the crackdown comes. And it follows another night of violence. This video from Sanchong in central Yangon shows police standing over the body of an injured man. You can hear the fear in the voices of those filming as they drag the body away.
Warning of human rights abuses in Ethiopia's Tigray, the G7 nations have condemned the killings, sexual violence and forced displacement of residents. In a joint statement, the group of leading nations has called for the swift withdrawal of Eritrean troops from Ethiopia's conflict-hit northern Tigray region. The most powerful economies have condemned the killings of civilians, sexual and gender-based violence. The group said that withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray must be swift, unconditional and verifiable. We urge parties to the conflict to provide immediate, unhindered humanitarian access. We are concerned about worsening food insecurity with emergency conditions prevailing across extensive areas of central and eastern Tigray.
Another big drug bust in Europe, this time in Spain, where authorities say they've arrested 100 members of an organized crime group that used speedboats to ferry drugs from Morocco across the Mediterranean to a river near Seville, where it would then be disseminated across the continent. Police say they made the bust over a series of raids and say they confiscated over 5 tons of hashish, as well as 230 kilos of marijuana. Some members of the gang are said to have been employed to keep the boats running at a moment's notice. Drugs would be hidden in fruit trucks for smuggling into France and parts elsewhere.
Former Jordanian Crown Prince Hamza bin Hussein has said he is under house arrest as part of a crackdown on critics. In a video released by the BBC, King Abdullah's half-brother also criticised the government.
A number of people I know or my friends have been arrested. My security has been removed and the internet and phone lines have been cut. I am not the person responsible for the breakdown in governance, the corruption, and for the incompetence that has been prevalent in our governing structure for the last 15 to 20 years.
The arrests are said to be linked to an alleged plot to unseat the king. The prince has denied any wrongdoing and said he was not part of any conspiracy.
It's quite an old technology, but it's quite dangerous. That's why we want to take the worker out of the range of the light. So that's why we made a robot, because there is some solution when you are near the light, and that's dangerous. So we really had to make this system autonomous. So we switch it on, we leave, the machine makes the disinfection, all the plane, all around, and then it stops automatically. So the worker are not in contact with the machine. And also UVC doesn't make any traces or chemistry.
A royal spectacular thousands of years in the making. Egypt showing off its history, this golden parade a pitch to the world. Broadcast live, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi was front and centre for the show, but he was upstaged by rulers from a time gone by. 22 mummies paraded, 18 of them pharaohs. They were buried around 3,000 years ago in secret tombs in the Valley of the King. Travelling in climate-controlled comfort, the mummified bodies lay in oxygen-free nitrogen capsules. The trip lasting 1 hour, winding along the edge of the Nile. Some of the roads repaved for the occasion to make the journey as smooth as possible.